What's up, guys? I'm Laura from Reading in Bed, and today's Friday Reads is brought to you by my son being home from school sick. So that's why I'm at home today, and I am working, but I'm just squeezing in a quick booktube video. So today's Friday Reads is all about clearing the decks for the Man Booker International Prize. So I'll tell you what I'm trying to get off of my plate so I can focus on that, and then I'll share with you which books from that long list I have managed to obtain. So first of all, with clearing the decks, the first thing I did was DNF'd a book that I was not into at all, and that was Kindred by Octavia Butler. And she's so hit and miss with me. I really loved Dawn. It blew my mind, and then I tried the second book in that series and hated it. And then Kindred was on sale with Kindle for like $1.99, so I picked it up, and I just, I'm finding it, or I found it, I guess I'm done with it. I found it painful. Like, the dialogue was just so unnatural, and I wasn't really buying the time travel stuff. It just was not working. So done with that. And then there's two other books that I'm currently in the middle of, and I'm just trying to kind of plow through them. One is The Marrow Thieves by Cherie Dimaline. So this is probably going to be the last Canada Reads book that I read. That'll make 3 for me, and that's coming up at the end of March. I'll put some links if you're not Canadian and don't know about the delightful drama that is Canada Reads. But I wasn't totally sold by this until last night when I got about, a little more than halfway through, and it just hit me. Just the impact of the story, it finally kind of broke through. This is, there's 2 books on this Canada Reads shortlist that are about climate change, and they're about a post, not really apocalyptic, I guess, sort of semi-apocalypse, semi-dystopia, whatever. This one is a YA. The other one is not, but it really, in some ways, kind of reads like one. But this one is finally working for me after a bit of a slow build-up. So I'll be finished this soon because I have 100 pages or maybe a little less left, and it being YA, it reads pretty quickly. And then the other one is Love in a Fallen City by Eileen Chang. So this is a book in translation, which is a nice kind of ease into this Man Booker International Prize list. And this was recommended by The Bookish Land. If you don't follow her, I'll put her channel down below. She is doing a series on Chinese literature, of which I really had little to no awareness. And so I just picked this up on her recommendation, and wow, it's blowing me away. This is a collection of novellas and short stories, and I would compare it to writing like Bonjour Tristesse and The Lover, and even some Edith Wharton, not like her New York novels, although a little bit. I mean, this is all about the roles of women and that kind of thing, but in particular, I would compare this to Summer by Edith Wharton, which is actually my favorite Edith Wharton. In that it's very dark. There's a lot of repressed sexuality, sometimes not so suppressed. But yeah, this is so delightful, and I'm done the novellas. Now I have 2 short stories left. So again, I'll be able to get through both of those this weekend, I should think. Now, onto the Man Booker International Prize. I wrote a blog post, I'll link it down below, about how difficult it is to find these books in Canada, because not only are these based on UK publication dates, which don't always match up with what we have available here, but they're in translation, which makes them a little more obscure. And a lot of these books are from small presses, so, you're not going to find them at your local chapters. So I'll show you what I do have. Hi, Ben, are you joining?
Yeah.
Okay, come on in.
Just wanted to say hi.
Yeah, come in and say hi. Watch out there, though. Okay, so I'm just showing 3 books that I'm going to be reading soon that are all in translation. So they were written in different languages. Now someone's translated them to English. So the first one's on my Kindle, so there's not much to show. It's The Stolen Bicycle. That is the book from Taiwan, and I don't have the author's name handy, but I'm reading it because the translator is actually from Edmonton, so there's a bit of a Canadian connection there.
Is it all about a stolen bike?
It actually is, because I read the first chapter or 2 just to see if I was going to like it, and there's more than one stolen bike. It's like this family keeps having bikes stolen in these very dramatic ways. So, yeah, it is about stolen bikes. And then the other 2 that I have are from the library. So we've got The Seventh Function of Language by Laurent Binet, which I heard described on the Guardian podcast yesterday as a boy book, I don't know what that means, a boy book. I mean, it does have an axe on it. I don't know. I don't know. So we'll see if it's a boy book. Been hearing lots good and bad about this one, so we'll see. And then the other one that I got from the library is The White Book by Han Kang. And this one, I'm not like super excited for it. It sounds to me very similar to Bluets by Maggie Nelson, which I could not get into. You can see it's like there's a lot of blank pages in here. And the paper, you probably can't tell, but it is like super bright white. Like it's the whitest paper I've ever seen. So that's kind of cool. The design is nice. Now I've got a few others on hold at the library. I did go ahead and order Flights by Olga Tokarczuk, directly from the publisher because I couldn't find it elsewhere. And the two books that I'm having the most trouble finding right now are Vernon Subutex, which sounds just wild and I really want to read, and The Imposter, which also sounds very interesting. Those I can't find anywhere. Thank you, Ben. Yeah, you see how sick he is, right? So yeah, you can check out my blog post where I did list kind of the best bets for obtaining these books in Canada. So I'm doing my best. I'm going to clear these decks this weekend, I think, and then really start digging into this long list. So, Ben, you got anything to say about the books you're reading for Friday Reads, or should we sign off?
I'm good.
You're good? All right. Well, thanks for watching.